So let's kick things off. So one thing that's very close to my heart is youth engagement. I've noticed lately that a lot of youth are, as was mentioned earlier, addicted to their phones, so much that when I'm at lunch in my school, people are sitting across from each other, but instead of talking to each other, they're texting each other. And they're 5 feet away from each other, even less. And another thing that I wanted to talk about is co-op living. So the greatest resource at risk for my generation is hope. Hope has been fading away since technology has become more prevalent and is increasing in usage, and everyone's worried about updates and who's going to snap them next and who's on Instagram and who's present. Another thing I want to talk about is social isolation. Social isolation leads to things such as being antisocial, suicide, kind of separating yourself from your community. And I think that some of the solutions for this issue can be co-op, collaboration, and just becoming a part of the community. A community is what sets people up for greatness. Dignity is another thing that's really important to me, in a way that when I was 6, I was in Baltimore City on my way to church, and I saw a homeless man sleeping in a box, pretty much. That's really what it was. So I asked my mom, what can I do to fix this? So she said, I don't know, you tell me. And that's when my brain went to overtime, thinking, what can I do? How can I fix this? So that same winter, I had 175 blankets collected and distributed throughout Baltimore City. The real question is, how do we give hope? We can give hope through donations. Just caring for one another is another way to spread hope. And food and shelter gives hope for today and tomorrow. One last thing that I wanted to talk about is social action. So I'm going to start a campaign once I return back to my community called Put Down the Phone and Pick Up a Friend. Because everyone is so attached to their phones and worried about what's going on and who's doing this and that it's time that we put it down and we look for people to connect to. We look for people to engage with. Because if I were to ask you, how many of you have your phone on you right now? I bet 99% of you would raise your hand. See, my point exactly. So with this campaign, Put Down a Phone, Pick Up a Friend, I'd be increasing the amount of social interactions within my community, and I feel that I can take this to the next level with Ms. Butler. Thank you, by the way. And the last thing that I want to say is, when you find a friend, look at life through their views. Walk a mile in their moccasins. And when you're quick to judge, like at my school, everyone's so quick to judge. Look at things from their point of view, and maybe you'll rethink about how you judge and what you think about other people. Thank you.
Thank you, Vincent.